Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Tiffany Williams, host of Girl Powerhouse, where we celebrate those women around the world who are showing up and showing out and really showing us how to step into our power and purpose. Today, I have such a special guest here with me. I'm going to go ahead and just bring her on in. Hey, Dr. Julie, how are you?
Hello, Miss Tiffany. The best of the best is here. You know it.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you on the show. I have been waiting for this. Oh, goodness, you all are in for such a treat here. So, Dr. Julie, please just share with them just a little bit about who you are, what you do, and let's dig on in.
All right. Well, I am Dr. Julie. Actually, Dr. Julie Hafner is my last name, but I go by Dr. Julie because it's easier for a lot of people. My name never gets spelled right. Anyway, I am a certified functional medicine practitioner. I work with people that are beginning their journey into retirement. And as such, I'm giving them the best chance of being healthy, number one, wealthy, and wise through their golden years. I'm looking at trying to find the root causes of difficulties that they may be having. Because, as you know, probably Tiffany, there are so many people that have chronic health conditions and end up spending their retirement years in facilities or fighting those issues. So it's really important that we look at what we can do to make things a little easier, a little better for those people concerned. And I've been healthcare provider for years and years, and we won't say how many years.
No, and that is it's so absolutely amazing, what you do to help people to again, go flow into those, those wonder years as we want to say, right? And just really be able to appreciate life because there's so many people out there that as you get to a certain age, I mean, there's even people that are, in their 40s and 50s that are not moving the way that they need to and not being able to function. Some people can't even reach above their head, right? So
Mhm.
I'm so excited about what you do, and you're also a speaker and just
I did,
a
I did a
motivator
few
as
things, Tiffany, just
well.
a few.
So just amazing. So have you always, when you think back to, when you were a little girl powerhouse, did you always want to do what you do now? Did you always have a passion for this?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. When I was a little girl, I was not a girl powerhouse. I don't know that I think I aspire to be like you, Tiffany, and be a girl powerhouse. I hopefully one day I will achieve that status. Most important thing is, yeah, I really, there was all kinds of things that I wanted to do. Primarily, if I can share this, I wanted to be a singer. I really wanted to be a singer, and I wanted to play like the nightclub stages and be like, the torch singer from the 1940s. I wanted to do that. I did all those plays and acting and stuff like that, and I think that still does play a big role in my life because I believe learning is fun. So I try to use those skills that I the secret skills that I like to have a good time when I teach people things because if you're not having a good time, you don't want to do it. And so that's where I bring that into it. But most of the time, yeah, I think when I got to be into the high school age, I think I probably was more interested in what am I going to do going forward as a real career. And it was always geriatrics. It was always healthcare in one way, shape, or form. So yeah, so it's a process like anything else. You learn, you grow, you develop, and hopefully at the end of your career, you you start making some good choices.
Wow, and look at that is like night and day, right? Singing on a stage and performing as such, and then doing the functional medicine. But when it comes to the speaking aspect of the showing up, right, I know that probably gave you such an awesome foundation and just the confidence, right? Because I think that's what a lot of people lack when they got to get in front of someone is, oh my gosh, what are they going to think when I'm saying something and how I'm showing up? And you just got to just show up, right?
I think more so it's not just showing up, but doing your ultimate best in whatever you try. I mean, we've all had those situations where we've, misspoken, or we've hit the wrong note, or whatever it is, and or said the wrong lines. I mean, I was the star of the ninth grade play, and it's so funny because somebody was supposed to say a line, and it was dead space. And so, I didn't know. I said a line because I remember there was a line coming, but unfortunately it was like 4 pages, later. We skipped like 4 pages on the opening night. Whatever. Nobody knew. And that's the important part of it is nobody knows the backstory. Nobody knows it. And you know what? Everybody thought it was the way it was supposed to be. So, that's when I keep that in my head when I speak, when I teach, when I work with patients or work with other people, and get them to do things is, guess what? Do your best, and nobody will even be the wiser of what you didn't do or whatever. So.
Right. And sometimes it comes out even better, right? When you do.
You're right. Sometimes it comes out the way it should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Love it. So look, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Dr. Julee. Be right back. And we are back. This is Girl Powerhouse on MUPO TV, MUPO Entertainment. If you have not downloaded us on your iOS or your Android device, go to that app store, go to MUPO, MUPO Entertainment, download it, and you can see so many awesome episodes of Girl Powerhouse and a lot more episodes of some amazing shows that are on the channel. So definitely do that. So we're back with Dr. Julee. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm just so excited to have you in the house. So you are definitely a girl powerhouse. I'm like a social media stalker. I'm just going to say that. I probably say that at almost every show, but I went in, I was looking at your, at your Facebook, your social medias, and, your website, and you're just doing some really, really awesome stuff, Dr. Julee. So tell me, how is it that you juggle it all? Because look, you're Doc Stress Busters, right? I'm going to go ahead and point that out, y'all. So Dr. Julee, we're going to say AKA Doc Stress Busters. So please share with us how you learned how to balance it all and just really move it.
This is one of the toughest questions that people ask me. I don't think we do balance it all. We try our best. I do think that most people would agree that it's all about priorities. What do I think is a priority might not be what you or someone else thinks is a priority. So for me, I have a list of things to do, and I try to get as many of them as I can. But that doesn't mean that I goof off or I don't work really hard. I think people get that perception that, you know, you can have it all, you can do it all. You can probably have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. And I think that is something you have to realize, you know, like maybe today I work really hard and then maybe next week I can have a day to do a little bit of what I would like to do. So it's really hard. It's hard to balance it all. I mean, you know, Tiffany, you balance so many things as well. I think most professional women are you know, jugglers and
Yeah.
multitaskers, even though we're not supposed to be. You know, I mean, that question would be equally turned around to you and say, how do you balance it all? Because, you know, I can learn from you too as well.
And you know, and you hit the nail on the head really when it's prioritizing things, right? Making sure that you set that list up. And honestly, if you don't finish everything on the list, don't be so hard on yourself, because that was a big problem that I had for a long time. Was if I didn't get through the whole list, I was, you know, beating myself up. And yes, I would, you know, start again that list the next day, but sometimes the motivation wasn't there, you know, because I just was so hard on myself and kind of put myself in a little bit of a funk. So I think it's also giving yourself grace. And again, just knowing, hey, this is what is going to get me to that next, right? What's that big goal and what's your why? You know, because your why is always going to push you forward. And that's my, you know, my thing is I have that big why, you know, that I'm really just, you know, just moving forward to. My why is helping people, right? My why is being able to be that resource, you know, just as you are, right, to be able to help them to have a better life. So that's why I just continue to juggle it all, because it all kind of runs hand in hand. So
For sure, for sure.
yeah. So tell me, Dr. Julie, when you think about other girl powerhouses that you've encountered in your life, who has been the most influential to you?
Oh my goodness, this is such a hard question because, you know, when we go through our lives, we think of all kinds of different people. I mean, you know, for example, I start thinking about my high school years, and I think about who was influential. Dr. Smith was, you know, Dr. Joe Smith. She was the one that let me use her lab to do some of my research projects in high school. So, you know, for that, I mean, she taught me microbiology, she taught me immunology. She was just a neat human being. Um, Throughout the rest of my career, I mean, there's, you know, I wish I could say that there's, I mean, I love, you know, in high school, I loved Cher and I loved how, you know, how she could sing and how she did all kinds of things. Of course, you know, she was a dyslexic, so she had trouble with words and things like that. And, you know, when I was little, I had some visual problems, so I liked her as well. I think probably the final one, if I could go for three, we're going to go for three, right?
Yes.
I would say probably I really like Mel Robbins. I think she has got a lot of things to say, you know, neurobiology wise, you know,
Yeah.
biology of human science. I really like some of the ways she does some things. And as you know, as a former researcher, I obviously can relate to some of the things that she has to talk about. I can, you know, I talk about that as well, you know. So that's kind of fun. I mean, you know, and I mean, even, you know, I look at people I know, you know, just briefly, like those are people that are like, some of them I knew, some of them I didn't. I mean, even you, Tiffany, you're a, you know, you're an inspiration when you have your show, you do those things, and you know, and you give people something to emulate. So those are kind of things I learn from everybody. So, but those are a few.
Oh, I love it. And I love Mel Robbins. She's just amazing. Now, when I learned that 5 second rule,
Yeah.
right?
4, 3, 2, 1, just get up and do
That
it.
was
Yep, yep, yep.
everything. That was everything for me. I mean, just that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like
And she's not the first one that said that. She just wrote a book about it. So I think that, you have to remember that most great ideas come, have their basis in history too. So if you look back at, there's more other people like, Tony Robbins didn't do Tony Robbins. I mean, there was somebody before that. Dr. Joseph Murphy was before that. And, and Wayne Dyer, and who was before that, and who was before that. So there's, that historical thing is great because, we just rebrand it or we just change it a bit and we use it again. So it must be good because somebody's using it again.
That's right. That's right. And we'll probably see somebody else use it and kind of, add their own to it, right? But I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite things is, that I have learned. And because I used to drag, I used to not launch when I need to. I used to procrastinate. And that really did help me. So if you guys have not learned about that 5-second rule, definitely go and research the 5-second rule.
That's right. That's right.
So, Dr. Julee, if you could choose a girl powerhouse song, that song that when you are walking in the room or even just when you're walking down the street and that's the song that's just playing in your head, what is that song that comes to mind for your girl powerhouse song and why?
Well, I think the song that makes me the happiness that, it's like whenever I'm just, I don't know, in the zone or feeling really happy, it's Walking on Sunshine. And thank you for helping me find this song. Katrina and the Waves, God love her, back in the 80s. Okay, I'm old, so, so I like that a lot. That's one of the songs that I would, like if somebody wants to introduce me on a stage or whatever, that would be the one because it's very upbeat, it's great energy, and it is just, it's just there. I mean, it's just, you can't help but feeling the vibes and feeling happy about what you're going to do or what you've already done. When I'm like a little bit down in the dumps, that's one I could play and bring.
Yes, I like that. I'm walking on sunshine. Right, it does. That's a happy song. I love it.
Of course, the back melody. You can't help it. It's like you can't help liking it.
And music is just, I mean, it's so powerful, and when I feel low, I gotta turn on that power song. And I've got so many of them, I mean, I've got like a whole just list of songs. I mean, I love, Demi Lovato, Confident, if I'm feeling a little off and, in the morning, sometimes I'll play that, but I also I play a lot of worship music, so that stuff really does get me just going, right? I mean, when you're feeling low, just turn a little something on and just get that energy going, right? So we're gonna cut to another quick commercial break, and then we will be back with Dr. Julee. Be right back. Absolutely love that commercial. It has me dancing in my seat every time. Big ups to Michelle Mufo and Mufo TV. It's so much fun. So we are back, Girl Powerhouse on Mufo Entertainment. We've got Dr. Julee in the house, and we are just getting to know Dr. Julee. And again, she is a girl powerhouse, okay? She definitely is juggling all these different things, helping us to move and flow as we get into those elder years. So Dr. Julee, can you share maybe just a few things with the audience that maybe they can do at home just to kind of help themselves just continue to feel good and just, continue to not be stiff as they're, beginning to get a little bit older?
Okay, let's see. There's so many things you can do, and it's really important to make sure that I'm going to do the disclaimer. This is education. This is not meant to diagnose or treat. For that, you need to go to your doctor. That's not what functional medicine is all about. Functional medicine is the thing that you need to use when other sources of healthcare have not proven really important for you. If it's not working, let's fix it in a different way. So let's see, what can you do as a person? First of all, recognize the fact that since the 1930s, our food supply has really changed, and the amount of nutrients that you get in your food is not as good as it used to be. So even in the last even 15 years or so, you're not getting the nutrients, say in an apple. They say an apple a day. Guess what? Not so much. You are getting nutrients, but it's not the same amount. So you have to eat more and more and more, which is, this is one of the bad things about it. So I would recommend that you look at your nutrients. If supplements are what you need, fine. Certainly feel free to contact me. And don't just go to the Walmart or the local pharmacy and get them. Make sure that they are bioavailable. Well, what do I mean by bioavailable? Can the body use them, or do you just, excuse my language for saying this, so this will really hit home, do you either poop or pee them out? You don't want that. You want the body to use that. You're paying your hard-earned money to use that particular item as a supplement. So make sure it's the right supplement. You may have to pay a little bit more, but the body can use it. So number one, look at your food supply, look at your supplements if what you're taking. The second thing I would say is look at your consumption of water. Water is part of our bodies. It's a large portion, over 75% of our body. So if you're not drinking enough water, your body doesn't have the tools that it needs to flush out the toxins, to hydrate the system and keep the flow of chemical productions there. So you need that water. Number three, I would say the most other thing is probably moving is important. It's something that I know as a working professional, I don't do as much as I should, but even a short walk around the block can make a major difference in your health. And while you're doing that, don't forget to take some nice refreshing breaths of air, because you know what? Your brain runs on water and glucose, which is sugar, but you don't want to eat that sugar. And you also work on getting enough hydration and air. So the body really needs that. And if you're having a real problem, I would say the final thing is if you're having an issue, remember that whatever that issue is, it's probably in your tissues. So the issues are in your tissues. And so find out what is going on. I do a lot of assessments. I look at everything from, cardiac health to gut health. And you can find out even blood labs. I know I run specials on, I'll look at the blood labs you already have and tell you what's going on. Things your doctor misses, that's what I'm here for. So that's what I do.
Awesome. I love it. And it's about keeping an open mind, right? I mean, we have Western medicine. It's been around, forever, and there's certain ways that, people are used to, right? But be open, everyone, because there are a lot of other ways out there to tap into that, can really work in conjunction with traditional, or may give you a solution that, traditional may not be able to give you. So I love what you do, Dr. Julee. So some words of wisdom or words of encouragement that you can provide our audience, because I know that there's people probably struggling and, just to get started, right? Just to get started, because I think that's the hardest part for people. So what's some words of wisdom that you can give them?
Well, I think the issue is to get started, you have to make that decision that you're, not too happy with where you are right now. So number one, create that awareness in yourself. What is it you want and how are you going to get it? So if you can create that awareness in yourself and say, I have that, I have that chronic pain. I have, I'm struggling with, diabetes, or I'm struggling with gut issues, then okay, then the next thing you want to do is you want to say, what am I going to do about it? So that taking action part of it is look at, go ahead and look at Doc Stress Busters to see what I have to avail you with. Also, you find that practitioner that you can really talk to, because a lot of times we are often dismissed at the regular traditional medicine providers. Functional medicine has those people have the time to talk to you and listen to what you have to say. And remember, it's not in your head, it's in your body. And when you feel in pain, you're feeling something really not good, guess what? You need to take action and do something. The body's is telling you something, pain or systems that aren't working correctly. That is the body's alert system, and it's saying to you, hey guys, pay attention, get some help. So that would be, I think, the most important thing is, seek out the advice of someone who knows what that is. You can connect with me. Feel free to, send me a DM or whatever. I'm on Facebook. I'll soon be on Instagram and all those other things too, as soon as I decide when I'm doing that. But I'm always here and always willing to discuss something with you. And, obviously HIPAA compliant, confidential, those kind of things. I will be starting open office hours on Thursday afternoon, probably next week. So if you want to drop in, and I'll be posting that on the site as well on Facebook to let you know, hey, come in. It's a group setting, but you still can ask a question. We can get some general information. And look for those webinars. They'll start going up on YouTube. They've already been done over the summer. They'll be starting to go up on YouTube, so you can learn about the 15 fat facts, why you're being a little chunkier than you should be, those kind of things, and all those educational things. So start there, learn and grow.
Yeah, I think we have to be those continued learners, right? I mean, that's the only way we're going to ever get to that next level in life, and we have to continue.
Yeah, and Tiffany, the thing about that is that our world is changing so rapidly with the rise of computers, AI, medical advances. Even I'm also a hearing aid practitioner too as well. So I do, and even what I learned, years ago, and now what they can do with hearing loss, what they can do with visual loss. They actually have, I wouldn't call them fake, but they're technologically based eyes that they're inserting into. I mean, just the 3D robotics for arms, missing limbs. I mean, they're creating. So if you have a problem that you haven't been able to be helped, guess what? Now may be the time to seek that help out, because things have changed and they continue to rapidly change. So don't count yourself out.
Oh, that's such a good point. Such a good point. Oh, well, Dr. Julie, this has been such an amazing time with you, and just being able to get to know you a little bit more, because again, I have been waiting to sit down with you, because again, you are such a girl powerhouse.
No, it's been too long. No, Tiffany, I think it's really great. And I'd like to tell everybody to don't hesitate to look for, all the things on Mupo Entertainment, because I too have a show. So There you go. You can, and I'm going to have you on it too one of these days.
Yes, absolutely. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So everyone, definitely tap into Dr. Julie's show as well on Mupo Entertainment. So we are about to wrap it up here. I tell you, when we come and we sit down, this time goes by just too doggone quick, but that's okay, because guess what? You guys can watch the replay over and over and over again, and I know you are. So thank you so much, Dr. Julie, for coming in, sharing your brilliance. You are such a girl powerhouse. I celebrate you. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next next time. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Tiffany. It's great.
If I open up my eyes, I can see the skies. I can see the skies.